102 degrees, and I never thought we were going to be caught by a flood. I guess Noah's coming back.
Hey, what's up guys? This first video here, I decided to split it up into two separate videos. This is mostly just going to be some news articles about what's going on around here with the snowmelt and the full dams and the raging river. So check out these news articles on what's going on, and then stay tuned, because shortly after that, hopefully today or tomorrow, I'm going to be putting out a part 2, going into it a little more in depth, explaining some things, going over a few things, and then some footage of my own, that additional footage of my own that I've been taking as well. So stay tuned for that and enjoy. Only to now have the river overflowing with full dams and lakes all winter long and all summer long, closed down, and all of the extra water running out into the ocean and no longer being usable, throwing water away that should be saved down into the ocean. Yeah, look at this, people. It's nuts. This is all overflowing. That's the normal part of the river right here. It should be an interesting week. The dam is full, and there's twice as much melting than what's getting released out. And these are the temperatures for the rest of the week. Looks like a disaster waiting to happen to me.
The higher the truck, the better for residents evacuating flooded homes in the Riverbend RV park near Minkler. Overflow from the Kings River surged across the bridge leading out of the park, but not so deep as to keep Ada Romero from trudging through to collect some of her food. What do you have to do now?
Well, look for a place. My house is ruined, and I don't have flood insurance.
The water is coming from here, the snow-capped peaks of the Sierra, and a heat wave is making more of it quickly. Pine Flat Dam is releasing more than 12,000 cubic feet per second, 50% more than just last month. Water's rushing from the dam's top spillway for the first time in 6 years, and the river is flowing fast, filling upstream reservoirs and now living areas designed to flood in times like this.
This is the fallout right here. Is all that snow melt, it's got to go somewhere. It's running downhill, and we happen to be in its path.
The water is slowly invading John Clausen's space, so he's gathering everything he can and moving out. But without space on higher ground, he's one of many people forced to uproot their lives and hit the road.
The extreme heat is forcing people living along the Kings River to evacuate because of those rising water levels, Corey.
Yeah, Veronica, it is quite a mess out here. Looking right behind me, it's hard to even imagine that this was once a road, as you see the road signs there, but it is completely covered. And riders say as the water continues to flow and as the heat melts a lot of the snow upstream, this is going to continue to be the reality. It is the flood no one expected would get this bad. Water from the Kings River, minute by minute, inching into Riverland Resort in Kingsburg, forcing some 300 people who call this place home to leave with very little warning.
Well, when I woke up at 6:30, it was already up halfway in the parking lot. And now we can't even see the parking lot.
Marvin Lohman moved his family to this shaded area in the park because spending $700 on rent, this is where they'll have to stay for now.
Yeah, I don't have the money. I've already paid my rent. You know, I got a place to go, but, you know, it's flooded. What can we do?
Tough reality for his daughter Liz. She is 4 months pregnant and is trying to find comfort under the shade during this triple-digit heat.
It's terrible. It's really hot, and I almost passed out at least once today since I woke up.
Firefighters say the lake and the resort rose 25 feet in 12 hours, causing crews to work around the clock to fill spots with sand, creating barriers for the homes. Meantime, PG&E workers shut off power to avoid electrical surges, another reason why many families are quickly taking off.
Some of them have 2-3 trailers on their property, and trying to get all those out in a timely manner obviously takes a little bit.
Still, this is all a shock for Marvin Lohman, a man who envisioned his Father's Day turning out differently.
You know, 102 degrees, and I never thought we were going to be caught by a flood. I guess Noah's coming back.
Yeah, as you can see, Marvin is trying to stay positive about this all.
Yeah. Saturday, Sunday we broke records, Monday we broke records. Today we could very well match some of our records or perhaps even break them.
And these are records that date back. It's been a long time since we've hit that mark.
On this date.
Yeah.
Certainly haven't seen 108 ever for June 19th. So we set a new record yesterday. We our record set back in 1920, I believe, was 106. So we broke it by 2 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Today's expected to be the most taxing day on the energy grid so far. Officials say they're preparing for a distribution overload as more people turn on their ACs to stay cool. The California ISO has issued a statewide flex alert, a call for voluntary electricity conservation. Because the afternoon is the peak time to turn on those appliances and air conditioning, they're asking you to conserve from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. today and tomorrow.
As temperatures heat up in Central California, water levels along rivers increase, and that's forced some closures in Fresno County. Heavy snow in the Sierra from this past winter is melting, and that snowpack is flowing down fast right into the Kings and San Joaquin rivers. That's forced county park officials to close Skaggs Bridge Park and Lost Lake Park along the San Joaquin River until further notice. While the San Joaquin River itself remains open, the Kings River is closed. Tony Body with the Fresno County Sheriff's Office says for the first time since 2011, the Kings River is closed from Pine Flat Dam all the way down through Layton Park. The closure has been in place since Memorial Day weekend and will be in place until further notice. The department has a total of 4 boats patrolling Pine Flat Lake and the Kings River looking for violators. Body says there have only been minor issues of people putting their feet in the water or walking too close to the river. Those people were asked to leave and complied.
It's about your life. We're trying to keep you safe. We're trying to keep everybody on the water safe. We've had too many drownings in years past, and we don't want to see another one happen this year.
As long as the Kings River is closed, the Sheriff's Department boating unit will be out in full force. Violators face a fine of $225.
Concern over water levels.
Action News reporter Vanessa Vasconcelos is live in Kingsburg with us this morning with the latest on those evacuations prompted. And Vanessa, this kind of flooding unusual for this time of year.
Absolutely. You know, when you think extreme heat, you think you have to worry about heat exhaustion or heat stroke and staying hydrated. But at this point, residents out here didn't realize that they were going to have to deal with possible flooding in their area. So I want to show you we're along the Kings River right now, and it has swelled. Water levels have risen. Firefighters saying as fast as 25 feet in 12 hours yesterday. Now, a lot of these evacuations were prompted with very little warning. So again, we're at the Riverland RV Resort in Kingsburg, and to give you an idea of how bad the threat is for these residents, they have water on either side of them. So to the west of them is the river, and on the east side is where the lake is. So at this point, no word on when people are going to be able to re-enter their homes. Yesterday, sheriff's deputies, firefighters, and inmate crews worked to fill spots with sand and create barriers for the homes, as well as help evacuees off the property. Now, I can tell you that no property damage has been reported at this point, but residents still not able to return to their homes. They actually had to leave in a hurry, so with very little warning. I want to come back out here live so you can see there is that pile of sand right there. There are those sandbags right there. That is how people are able to protect their homes. They've been lining them up along the Kings River. There is a wall of those sandbags. And keep in mind where I'm standing right now, the water was past me. This parking lot was underwater yesterday. You can see all this debris right here that washed up with those rising water levels. So again, very fluid situation at this point. Firefighters as well as the Army Corps of Engineers are going to come reassess at daybreak. So hopefully familiar with the area. I can't remember the last time we've covered flooding in the summer, but a lot of that is that melted snowpack. So you're going to want to be mindful, especially that's why a lot of the access to the Kings River, Merced River have been shut down because the water is moving quickly. Right now, it's a ghost town. A lot of people were evacuated, and this is why. I mean, you're looking at how high the water levels got. They got to about here. My photographer, Matt Hackney, was actually pointing out, you can see all the debris that came out to here. So that's how high the water levels were. They were probably even further.
In fact, since last week, the input into Pine Flat Reservoir has doubled. As you can see behind me, the river is flowing at a very high rate of speed, and this presents a danger. Now, I know that the upcoming Memorial Day weekend is going to be a reason for many people to want to visit our lakes and streams. However, in the interest of public safety, we are not going to be allowing anyone to be in the Kings River